Hi, Scott.
Good morning, Nancy Jean.
Good morning.
So it's definitely been a crazy 5-6 days.
And did you expect it to not be? I mean, how abnormal would that have been?
Well, you you wouldn't expect a tornado to be coming through immediately, but it did. Right?
Mhm.
I can't believe I'm honestly shocked that Hegseth got through. He is.
I'm not. That's an easy kind of appointment for them to arm twist. And it wasn't all that easy. I'm surprised it was as close as it was.
Yeah. What? JD cast the vote to get him through on a tie.
And that means he's extremely weak in his position.
Sad times.
Hmm.
Good morning. Okay. Um, any clues where you want to start? If it's going to be
We had a couple
crazy in this week?
questions at the beginning.
What's that?
We had a couple questions come off my website. At the very top, Scott, the two you blued.
Yeah, I was looking at questions. Oh, you said you had a garden ready
Yeah,
for the garden.
if you do never okay. Um, I'm going to oops, not stop cam oops, settings. I'm going to change. I actually laid this out and did it in the garden because she got here early enough. And what this says is that there's going to be a lot of changes around you when you go on this trip, which are going to be positive. That you're um, you're being freed from a lot of ways you thought things were from the past. It's going to clear up a lot of arguments you've had from your past just by stretching yourself to go on this trip. But the two most important stones for you are the clarity stone landing in the heart, and it says, cosmic wisdom is with you if you want to avail yourself of it. And across the board, you've got the tree of life, and you have your spirit in that. And this stone, when it lands here, it reminds us that uh, movement without spirit, without that drive, without our real instincts telling us to go there, is empty. But this all says it's going to be a great trip, that you're going to have control of it. You're going to feel good about it. Um, I don't see anything to say don't go. And I asked for February, which is what your question was. So that's your answer.
I tossed a few cards, getting the energy. I think it's still an okay time, even though with the chaos, whatever.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
move now, guys. It ain't going to be better in March.
yeah, like further on at
Hmm.
the current pace, fuel's gonna go up.
Hmm.
Everything's gonna cost more. There could be more chaos and stuff. But so I get the first one card was a death card, and
That's good for change.
it's
That's the change
new
I said.
beginnings, and it's good to have it at the beginning in
Hmm.
a reading. And then I have the King of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, and Six of Swords.
Oh.
So everything's going to be fine right now.
Hmm.
But I was planning, Nancy and I, my Nancy, not you, we're planning on going on a vacation to California in April.
Hmm.
I really wanted to do it then, but everything didn't play out quite right.
Right.
Because my Nancy's daughter's getting married in June. So she's like, oh, I just don't want to squeeze it in with all the preparations for that.
Hmm.
So I pushed it back. We pushed it back till September.
Hmm.
And I think this is before all this chaos started. And I think this is probably a good idea. And we'll decide later if we actually go.
Right. Right.
So the timing is good, doing it now, especially if things continue. We will definitely see inflation. We'll definitely see higher gas prices, food
Yeah.
prices,
If you
everything.
live in Texas, so much of our food comes out of Mexico. You can just kiss your grocery bills goodbye. I mean, go down to the farmer's market because there's going to be no place to shop. Okay.
How many federal Republican senators and representatives are being threatened, bullied? Okay, we have um, I'm gonna think of this. Well, they're trying to get through appointments, so yeah. I mean, that's been an ongoing thing since he walked down the escalator, pretty much.
Right.
Bullied. How many? How many?
Not as many as we think, because they're in the tank already.
Pretty much.
They're in their own little exclusive. I got my bunny cards back. The fairies brought my bunny cards back. I found them this morning. They're in it with each other, and they're in their own little club. They're Two of Cups club, and they're not seeing the rest of it. And all the rest of them are no's. They're not looking to the future. They're just taking care of their butt right now. They're not willing to defend the people that they represent. They don't want to take on the King of Pentacles. They don't want to fight with him. And they're doing crappy work because of it. They're not doing good work. So I'm sure some are being, I presume Murkowski was getting bullied when she wouldn't do it. But the only people who can ultimately threaten them in a way that's going to make a difference is their own constituents. And that means their constituents are anybody that lives in their district. So trust me, I live in a lot of districts where there's no sympathy on the phone calls or the letters I send. So, but I keep sending them because they know we're out here. The second they don't get that mail, they think they've won. Yeah.
Morning, Dragonfly. I see quite a few in the past anyway. So
Oh, yeah.
in the past. So I got the Tower, Six of Swords, and then my Three of Coins, which I'm sensing is they have something on people.
Right.
Like compromise. It's a substance to put people in line. And the Tower is definitely like threatening and moving forward, I do have more people on the good side. So I get my angelic card next to the Chariot, the King of Swords. So whether privately or whatever, there is more empowered folks. And my end cards are Knight of Wands, Four of Cups, and Ace of Wands. They're being lazy, though. They still won't stand up. Even though there's more people in power, they still won't stand up for the right. Because I got Four of Cups is ruining all this good energy of what people actually want to do. So how many? I don't know. But there are more on the good side than the bad side, but we're not seeing it.
No. And even if it was out there, what press is going to report it? What media is going to report it?
Yeah, this is just crazy that, legacy media or whatever doesn't report things actually. Okay.
You would have think 11 inches of snow in New Orleans would be kind of a sign. Don't you think people would take that as a sign that the earth is not where it should be? We didn't have any snow where I am, but just south of me, people were getting their kayaks out to slide on the snow.
Yeah, it's crazy. I had a brief conversation at work Friday at a stop to pick up a check for our company after delivery. These guys were claiming that snow there had nothing to do with climate change. Like, what?
This is what happens when you quit teaching history to people.
Oof. Okay, make sure. Okay. Laura says there's information starting to come out about election interference. Will this gain momentum for a recount or something?
Okay.
I seen like Jasmine Crockett. They've been calling since speaking up, since 45 was speaking, and he said,
That they fixed
yeah,
Pennsylvania.
Elon helped us in Pennsylvania. It basically said it out loud. So I think that's the momentum.
Don't discount Jasmine Crockett, guys. Her district is about 19 miles south of me, and I've seen her, and I saw her before she was in the big leagues, and that woman is fierce.
And she was a lawyer.
She's a lawyer, and the area she practiced law and where she came out of, she's fierce. I mean, you don't come out of there. That's what kills me about people saying, "Oh, DEI it just hands it to people." Trust me, when you know how hard people have had to work to get out of their circumstances and get past all the blocks put up. DEI, it's just little white boys saying, no offense, little white boys that are listening to us. This for entertainment purposes only. Don't have all the white boys sue me. Little white boys who didn't think they needed to work really hard in school, that they were going to make it in sports, that didn't get anywhere, taking it out on the world. Oh yeah. I got Page of Pentacles. See my bunny deck? He's getting the word out. It's still not enough to move us to where we're going to see it as justice. It's because people are holding things close to their chest. The Democrats know a lot more about what went on than they're talking about. But you have to understand, if they tell you, then they tell Republicans. So hold on. Information is going to be a little bit slow coming out. But man, when it hits, it's going to be deadly.
Ouchie.
Ouch.
That's good news, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What'd you get?
In my past possession, I get the Wheel of Fortune, Two of Wands, and Empress. Kamala, that's saying Kamala won.
Mm-hmm.
How unfortunate. And
so did Hillary, guys. If you read Mueller, but you have to be able to read to know that.
Okay. In the current position, I have 10 of Pentacles, Page of Wands, and Four of Swords. So it's still going to take time with this, with that Four of Swords. That's the slowdown, that's a setback. But 10 of Pentacles, to me, feels like there is information or substance to what the Page of Wands is saying. This information coming out. Moving forward,
I think people have to see it to understand it. I think they don't. Oh, well, this will never go away until it's not there. It's like abortion rights.
Moving forward, I have the Eight of Swords, being restricted. Seven of Pentacles is about the voting, and then the Fool. Okay. Leap of Faith. There's a problem yet.
Yeah.
There's a problem yet of like a recount or something. They're saying there's a problem. But the Fool is taking a faith that something may acquire or do. Outcome. Six of Cups has been done before. Two of Pentacles, the Devil, Four of Pentacles.
Bases are being built now. Fours are building bases.
Yeah, 4 is also holding on to secrets here.
Mm-hmm.
Major Arcana of the Devil. I don't think they've completely established how the grift was done, how it was done.
Mm-hmm.
It's not completed yet. It feels like it's still ongoing. This,
The theft. Well, they have to keep up their thing. I asked, "Will we know by summer?" Because that's when I keep feeling we're going to know. And I got the Ace of Wands, the Eight of Cups. We're out of here. Someone's being moved on, and in the middle is the Tower. And then there's the Seven of Cups, the illusion and delusion. And I think that may be how the kind of game they were playing with the stuff. And that they're not going to have any defense for it. Their Nine of Wands is reversed. So I think something's going to happen because the Ace of Rods or the Ace of Wands is spring to me. So I think more and more stuff's going to come out during the spring.
A lot of questions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're still working on it. According to the timelines of that executive order of looking at the election, I haven't seen anything that 45 somehow magically stopped that.
Mm-hmm.
The timeline for it to finish, but I don't think it's finished with that yet.
It's not finished outside this country.
So continue to keep the faith. I don't know about a hand recount. I'm just not sure.
Well, in some of the instances, what happened when they find out that voter lists were manipulated with that were broadly distributed, and they were leaving out hundreds of thousands of voters, and I know of at least one state where that happened. What good's a hand recount going to do if those people never had a chance to know that they were supposed to be voting? It's going to be different. It's going to be the whole pattern, the whole thing, and someone's going to squeal, just like they got someone out of Cambridge Analytica. They're going to find somebody.
Once the damage is done, you can't redo it. So the only thing, in my mind, the only thing that can be done is a hand recount to make it, legit. It's one thing to come out and say, yeah, we see things are manipulated, but if you don't say there's proof, like 2016, Russia interfered. It's too late now, whatever. But the only way to prove anything in my mind, what I'm feeling, is a hand recount. Otherwise, it's just another investigation that goes in the history books.
Well, Mueller said these things need to be looked at because they were wrong. They were misleading. They were misguiding. They affected the count of the vote. That's in that paper.
Right.
But nobody carried forward with it because of the little short turd who looks like he's about to die. That was their attorney general at the time. And I don't mean the little one from Alabama. I mean the other guy.
Oh, Jen's got another thing. Will there be problems visiting Mexico for us? We have a trip planned in May. What do you see for border towns we live in? May. I think you're still okay in May.
Yeah.
It feels like there's a little bit of tension, but I think
the only problem with the Mexico America is America. Mexicans are like, whatever we can do to help stop this. So, and I get an on the ground report at least once a week, if not more often, of what it's like to live down there, and it's very different. Their feelings, they feel sorry for us, and their new president, who's a woman, and a scientist, and doesn't like much what she sees going on. She's telling everybody to be uh, open and careful to America. And remember, they're going to still be able to sell our stuff across the border. It's just we're going to be paying the tariff on it, not them.
Yeah, I don't see anything with my 6 cards I threw.
Mm-hmm.
They get the Queen of Swords, good news, the Moon, the Hierophant, Ace of Wands, and the Tower.
Yeah.
So the Tower is kind of bad, but it's everything else is fine. So there might be a little bit of chaos or something, but this shows things are actually kind of getting better. But actually, with the Tower there may be something going on with the government. But it doesn't show like you're gonna have a bad time, or conflicts.
No, I did it. I got the first one is the people are gonna be trying to put restrictions on it, but I think it's from our side, and it's all an illusion. It's nothing that can really hurt you. It's because the King of Pentacles is sitting upside down. He's being negative. But going to Mexico, the people are going to be kind and loving, and they're going to share their peace with you. So,
Good. How about we all settle for not paying our tax to the federal government? Well, we're already losing money with people not getting hired.
we also lose money because millionaires aren't taxed. Gray Ravens, they don't have a federal tax commissioner right now. And since I never pay taxes, because not that you guys aren't generous, but honest to God, I don't make enough on doing this to make money. And my Social Security isn't, for the most part, isn't taxable. So actually, I'm 75. It's not taxable at all. And we have no commissioner, no IRS commissioner, and they haven't made any great strides to fill that position. If you want to play funny money with your taxes, this would be the year.
Oh yeah. That's Yogi just said, who's going to pick our crops now, right? If people don't show up, they don't get paid, they don't pay taxes. So we're losing money in our federal government.
Well, the whole deal about getting rid of Social Security is to take off the business side of that they contribute towards your retirement every year. That's what it's about. It's not about trying to get Social Security off your back or they don't want to pay you. That's what they want to do. They want to stop businesses from being taxed. How is Biden feeling now? I'm not going to use my cat, one of my cat decks.
Oh my God. Same thing I grabbed. The cat deck. My white cats.
Oh, your white cats.
So yeah, I'm going to combine Kamala and Joe. I'm going to link them together.
Okay.
In my thoughts. What is Joe and Kamala thinking now? Are they fearful? Are they joyous and hopeful? What are Joe? Meow. Meow decks. What are Joe and Kamala?
Sterling. No. That's one of my cats. Just decided you're on your computer so I can claw the sofa because you can't see me.
And yeah, I bet you construction jobs are slowing down with this immigrant stuff.
Oh my God. What Kamala and him are up to. They're doing the Two of the Wands. They're looking forward. They understand the tower that's coming. They're keeping it to themselves for the time being, or they're working with people to keep it quiet. but he feels, I think some parts of him still feel like that part he's still in charge of. And this is my Kamala card, the Queen of Pentacles. So how are they feeling now? That's all positive. But the most important one is they understand what's coming. The Tower.
That's good.
What'd you get, Scott?
So, in the past here,
Mhm.
Five of Pentacles, Judgment, and King of Cups. So the King of Cups would be representing Biden to me.
Right, that's what it represents.
I think that Five of Pentacles and Judgment, it feels like that systematic failure of the system and flaws. And then in the current energy, Queen of Swords, I'm going to say that's Kamala. Page of Pentacles and Page of Swords. I think she's feeling, what do you call it? Hopeful. Because something's coming through.
Right.
So there's a couple new things coming through to the forefront with those two pages next to her. Moving forward, I have the 10 of Wands, Empress, and 8 of Swords. So Empress would be Lotus. Also, the divine feminine energy. There is that worry of how much damage can be done, because they're, at the current situation, they feel all this damage that can be done in the current. What do you say? The 8 of Swords is like feeling hopeless, right? Hopeless and burdened by what's currently going on. In the end, I had the 2 of Wands also. And then the 8 of Pentacles, hard at work, Death, and the Moon. I think they know things behind the scenes that we don't. That there is going to be ending to a situation. So there are people hard at work to rectify the situation. It's stressful yet positive. On the bottom of the deck, I have Ace of Wands, so that's good.
I have the Ace of Cups.
It's stressful. It's a stressful feeling of how much damage they're already doing right now in this short of time. But according to those last 4, there's something going on in the background.
Oh, Angela, you're in the chat. Is it true that they cut the cable between Latvia and Sweden? She'll know because that's near her house.
Yeah, I seen she did say something about that. I thought the ships were out there trying to guard it more.
Yeah.
Okay. How's the Supreme Court feeling? The Supreme Court feeling about what the monster they created? How about that?
Oh, they're going to take up whether parochial schools or religious schools can get local funds for their education. They're going to take that up.
CC says a subsea cable connecting Lithuania to Sweden in the Baltic was recently cut. Ugh.
This is a screw reading. 3-3. They feel like they were stabbed in the heart. The 3 of That's the Three of Swords in this deck. I don't understand. Why is the Three of Swords? Oh, because the cats are out in the snow. That's why. And they also are trying to look forward to figure out how they should move forward. They're getting very, very defensive about things. Seven of Swords, seven of Wands. They're building a fortress to fight it. Um, they're the only negative card they got is Four of Wands. They don't want to stop what they've been doing, and it still shows them being in the Two of Cups, being kind of in lovey-dovey with the administration. So I don't think they know what they're going to do.
In the past, I get the Nine of Swords, the Page of Coins, and my Hermit.
Mm-hmm.
That's telling me they created a monster.
Mm-hmm.
There's anxieties and foolish thoughts behind the scenes because they created a new path with that Page of Coins. And they created a monster. Currently, oh crap.
Mm-hmm.
Knight of Cups is that power he given them, and then they're burdened. So, for some reason, they didn't think he would take it this far. In the end, I get justice. So we can call that the Supreme Court. Eight of Swords is a restriction. Ace of Coins.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're restricted to make change.
Well, he can get rid of them. Why can't he pen them off the thing? If he thinks he's going to pen off birthright citizenship, why couldn't he pen off the Supreme Court? It's all in the same document, the Constitution. Thank you, Tro. Ask backwards.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for the donation, Jeff. I missed that. You know, making change and whatnot takes time. And now they're restricted until things get back to the court, you know, to do things positive. So it feels like they would need to reverse course on some things to balance out. You know, the justice is all about balancing,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and in a sense, judgment. So they're seeing their recourse of what they've done. But yeah, I think they have some regrets because they created a bad situation, created a monster here with what they allowed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course, we're not talking about Alito and Thomas because they have no soul. That is bad people all around.
Well, Alito wanted women to have the vote taken away from him when he was in college. He's always been an enlightened being.
Thomas has been an enlightened being. What was that?
Alito. He was part of a group that marched to eliminate the right for women to vote. He's like my age. I'm like, really?
Okay. A lot of questions flowing. Will Trump get caught selling documents? Be removed? Could he be removed?
He doesn't have to sell them anymore. He can just give them away.
Yeah.
Favors back other ways.
Let's try. Was he busted by the international community or someone?
Yeah.
You know, Five Eyes, whatever. Mayo. Was he caught?
Okay.
In some kind of selling information, whatever, proven was 45. I refuse to call him a current. Forever 45 in my mind.
Oh yeah, and they're not going to be kind when they catch him. They get the 10 of swords.
I'm getting a yes. They have the information. They have caught him.
Mm-hmm.
So in the past, I have strength, 8 of swords, and king of swords. So yes, they have information or set up whatever documents or actions were taken. It's been proven, but there's a restriction on how they can bring it out. Whatever. That's the past. So my endure card is strength. So definite yes, but there's a restriction on prosecuting in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm in the moon cycle, wheel of fortune, and 5 of swords. So we have some hidden secrets, whatever. Wheel of fortune is changing the luck and making things to completion. The 5 of swords would be the betrayal of trust.
Mm-hmm.
Outcome is very positive. I think it's going to come to light
Yeah.
and be known because I have justice happening. The whole thing of what he's done. The Page of Wands is someone speaking about it, and then we have abundance of it. Ace of Cups. Bottom of my deck is documentation.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there is proof, and it shall come to light. And it does feel international.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, heck, we seen the report in end of 21 that our CAI operatives and spy agencies were losing people.
Yeah. Assets were being killed in other countries. Yeah.
But it's a matter of getting that proof and infiltrating the spies or whatever, right?
Thank you, Jennifer, for your donation.
Stay positive, Kristen. Kristen says the problem of the horrific things he does comes to light and nothing will be done about it.
Well, we're watching the horrible things he's doing, and we're going to have to see how horrible they can get because we don't understand the response within the community where he's throwing his little stones. And I agree with Constant Campbell, who said we need to get past the blame climate and go to looking for solutions and how we can do. And one of those can be metaphysically and energetically. Not, you need to pay attention to this right now because we're watching our show. But I guarantee you the rest of the week, unless Scott tells me something's going on, I'm going, what? I'm already into season 13 of Antiques Road Trip, and there's 30 42-minute segments for each season. Gives you any idea of what I watch.
Yeah. The biggest thing I was sensing before we came on was that us folks of light, yes, we're worried, we're concerned, but we need to stay high. Do not blame anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Even though things are, getting rough with these executive orders, but always stay in the high vibe area. Don't get down, because when things go down, that energy accumulates. We need to stay high.
And the more you tie to the chaos that's being caused. I can tell you, I'm utterly convinced by all the astrologers I've listened to that this chaos was going to happen no matter who was in charge. There's going to be chaos.
Yeah, if Kamala won, all the MAGA hats would be screaming,
They'd be out on the
lost
street.
again, and it's going to be
They'd be on the streets shooting at us where I live. But this follows what Scott and I saw, what I saw earlier today. Talked to Scott about. Right now, we're in the hermit phase. We're seeking wisdom. It's the Six of Swords, which is moving on to a better place. And I saw by summer, there's going to be some real breaks in how we feel about this. And the Knight of Coins is the knight that contemplates, but when he really moves, he finally moves. And we're going to quit crying over the spilt milk. We're going to be looking for solutions. I think it's going to start in the summer.
I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
Summer. I do have the heartbreak going on.
Yeah.
We're there, right? But then I have the King of Cups and Ten of Cups in summer.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also have an ending of Queen of Wands, Knight of Cups, and the Four of Cups.
Mm-hmm.
The Four of Cups is the slow mover, the grief, your valid is setting back, but there's a lot of angelic influence and leadership coming in here, and female leadership they're at.
Mm-hmm. And this is what's on the bottom of my deck, the sun. That positive reading said, yeah, I mean, don't get a better card than that. So
yeah, we did a few weeks ago, we did that annual every month,
we read
month reading, and there was only 2 months that we were getting that would have conflicts.
Mm-hmm.
So I think positive change is going to be coming, though. The sun, the energy card, 2 energy cards, 8 of Wands and the Ace of Wands. The sun, my sun card is clarity, hope, success, miracles, healing, happiness.
Yep.
So I think things are going to get better. Something.
The light shines in. The light shines in, and you see it.
I know there's, if you've seen online, the 4 a.m. club and the dreamers, and so many have hope, and it's still there. And we need to keep that hope and keep that dream alive. And don't fall into the mega abyss of sadness and unfaith. No unfaith. Okay, did that. You did that. I don't know about a fourth. Is it in the works? It fell on 45. Be forced out. Careful planning event.
Something. All I can tell you is something's going on. I don't know what kind of an event it'll be. I don't know what form it's going to take. With my understanding of how the government works, I have no idea how they can make it work. But somebody's got something going on. And that, Scott and I were talking about this earlier. There was a period in my life where my spidey sense went away. And it's when I first went to college. And I was at SMU, and there's one other person from my hometown on that campus, and I knew no one else. When I got off the train in Dallas, it was, here's your world now. And it was so overwhelming that my spidey sense went away. So you can imagine what it's like to walk into this completely new world, all kinds of new rules, trying to establish what you need to do academically. And I was in the arts, so there were performing things we had to do to be part of all that, and be blind and not have any of my spidey sense. And it took about 6 weeks for it to come back. But I was told later that the reason it went away was because part of my human experience was to struggle through that and have to deal with people. I mean, all I can tell you is if that's what it's like to not have a sixth sense, and I was all of 18 at the time, it sucks to live like that, you know, and it was awful for me to try and figure out, what was going on around me because I was used to having extra information, but and that's kind of where I feel a lot of people are when they talk to me about how they feel about what's happened. They're cut off from, and I'm cut off from. I know something's out there. I just can't tell you with any specificity or even dates for that matter. All I get is something coming out of the midst in the summer, late spring and summer. And that follows what the astrologers are telling us. So I'm not saying don't ask me because the premise of this show is you're supposed to ask me. You're getting what you're getting.
Yeah, it's like the one, the guys don't want us to live in fear, and have empathy, but they're also, good morning, Crown Zone ladies. They're also kind of quiet on the details. But that Empress card pops in, and there's hope, and to keep the hope. I tossed cards in this question about being forced out, whatever. So in the past, I get the 10 of Cups. That's the happiness and joy of Kamala coming in. That's what I sense here. And the Ace of Cups, that's security and the helping hand. But there was all these Five of Wands battle and arguments. That bad energy, the disinformation that came in. In the current energy, I have the Chariot, movement, Ace of Pentacles, a divine wish is being granted, and the Hermit. Patience. That's the soul searching time. Soul searching card. Moving forward, I have the Devil, Two of Pentacles, and Seven of Wands. He is the devil. We can see the money confusion and the Two of Pentacles confusion going on. The frustrations. On the bottom of the deck, I have Temperance, similar to the Hermit of being patient. In the end, Three of Cups. We will have a celebration. We'll be toasting cups. Two of Cups. There will be a new union involved. Eight of Wands is positive energy moving forward, possibly news. And Page of Cups, an offer. So, forced out. It's more of an offer or being told. It isn't being forced. There's an offer. Something happens with an offer. It doesn't say locked up. It doesn't say forced out.
I didn't get imprisoned for him either. That's the Eight of Swords. What I saw is he doesn't want to be out of here, but he's going to be out of here. A lot of eights. And the bottom of the deck is the sun again. There he goes.
Yeah, it's more of a feeling of it could be a deal or whatever, but it's an offer that you're the devil. You have not done what you're supposed to do. You just go away.
I'll tell you what they can do. They can move him to Greenland. There's only one little town that's on Greenland. If he's so hot to be in Greenland.
Will there be a pardon?
I don't know, because he'd have to have something happen to pardon him. It's going to be something that they're just going to say either, he's increasingly apparently combative even within the White House. And that's even his friendly people saying that crap. So I don't know. I don't really want to read those tea leaves. I'm leaving that up to the universe.
Yeah, on the way to be pardoned, he's like, I'm done, I'm out. Jamie
Mhm.
becomes president, give him the pardon.
And when he's out of there, a lot of the blackmail stuff will go away. Will Elon be arrested this year?
Elonia. He's a bad man.
Hmm.
Yeah, see, that was weird.
Oh, the Nazi salute?
No, he was talking about how 45 was freaking out on Hannity, but that Biden didn't pardon himself.
Biden didn't pardon himself.
Himself, yeah.
Um,
Okay. Future of Elon Musk.
it's not good. He's not able to take any action, but he has all the money in the world, so he can kind of run to wherever he wants to run to. It's just, guess what? Nobody wants him. Everybody has barriers. And yeah, he's a thief in the night. He's going to try to hang wherever he can steal.
The real Rosie. He has immunity as president. Yes, as president. Same thing that happened in Manhattan. He was prosecuted for what he did not as president. So evidence comes that he did prior to the election. There is no recourse there.
Mm-hmm.
What in our universe of the Justice Department or foreigners can do, I really have no clue. That's a tough one. But no, you can't be criminal. Okay. And my ears started ringing. Something
Yeah. The
can
next
happen.
one's
I
Scott.
don't know what, but
Yeah.
okay. Elania's money is at risk.
Mm-hmm.
So he's weighed down heavily with the Ten of Wands with his Ace of Pentacles. In the Page of Wands, all the news.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got Three of Wands, Six of Swords, and the Moon. I think that represents his dealings overseas, what he's reaching out there.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's his crap with Germany and trying to get all these schmazzies elected there. There is some intelligence coming through with the Knight of Wands, King of Wands, the Star, and the Chariot. Usually those are very good cards in the end here. Chariot could be going away. Those are very good cards overall. Yeah, I have nothing here that says he's going to prison or he's getting indicted.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of a sense of going away. I do have investigations on the bottom with the Knight of Swords.
I had the Fool upside down, which means he thinks he's running it. I heard, I don't know if it was Cash Peters. Listened to a couple people this morning. Just try and catch up because I don't watch news, and if it wasn't on Antiques Road Trip, I don't know.
Good
But
morning, Danny Shea.
yeah, Elon was they're either taking the statues out of places where they put them in things he's connected to, or they're covering them up, or they're moving them, or doing something, and that it's caused a big furor in Germany because, especially when he did some of his supporters said that him doing the Nazi salute, it really wasn't the Nazi salute, and that he's just socially awkward and he doesn't understand what he does all the time. And I'm like, read between the lines for that one. And that, that's more than being socially awkward. Although I think he's that too, but
he's totally.
And he's coming to visit your state, Scott.
Yeah, I heard. Speaking of. Clear.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of, Elonia wants to get a fascist Republican into our Supreme Court. I haven't read about the other guy. They're both circuit court judges, Democrat female and Republican from a red area. Circuit court. So basically, is the female going to win or the male going to win in the Wisconsin Supreme Court election? And has your son made it up here to start helping with that?
He's got a plane ticket, so he's coming this week. I mean,
it's warmer.
It's warmer than here. What I got is the woman standing in the garden with the 9 of coins. She's going to be okay. There's going to be some misdirection. Sometimes I think the 5 of cups is Democrats need to quit worrying about it. Solon pours $1 million in there. Wisconsin is coming off a loss that has wised it up to certain things. They're going to get their money in, and their money's not going to come from outsiders. I mean, people outside of the country. And the Empress, the little Miss Priss, is not going to be the one who wins. I think it looks good for your lady.
It's going to be close.
Oh, yeah. Well,
it's always close in Wisconsin. But I have more female energy coming. That's all I can do right now. The past, I had the Queen of Swords. And the current, I have my Hermit card. It's kind of like the reflection card. Knight of Wands. And then I guess this can be validating my 3-4 coins. It's more about budgeting usually, and then on the bottom of the deck, I have a Queen of Wands, but the end card is basically the challenge between the two, because I have a Queen of Cups, King of Swords, and Page of Wands. So I have both of them together in the end. So whoever can be more vocal can bring it home. But I have three queens in the toss compared to one king, so there's a lot more female energy. So currently, I would guess the female has more an advantage, but whoever can be the bigger messenger wins, basically. Whichever side has the bigger message.
Or gets more people out, just gets them out. Finds their people and gets them out.
So we're relying on Sean to bring it home.
Yes, I'll tell him.
Be the king of swords and get the people out there to speak.
Actually needs to be more like a page and inform them.
Hopefully.
Yeah, because he can't go in the booth with them.
Democrats elected Tammy Baldwin back in, so hopefully they can.
Oh yeah.
And we got Janet Protasiewicz in, but the other guy was really bad. He
Well,
was. But
I do not.
this guy isn't as bad as that other guy that was against.
Yeah, but I heard he's not far beyond him. So
Yeah, I haven't read into him, but yeah, the energy's there for the female.
mm-hmm.
Danny's talkative this morning.
Who?
Danny.
Oh, hi, Danny.
What are you talking about? Eggs or what? I can believe eggs are $14.
Well, he's in the Danny. You're in the middle of an area that's had all of its sources cut off in one way or another.
Yeah, let's do something lighthearted quick.
Oh yeah, I secretly want to know.
Real question. Danny Shea wants to know if the Chiefs will win the Super Bowl.
Dan, you can't bet on your intuition. You'll never win.
First card I randomly pulled was Magician. So I would say yes. It has cut the deck and the Magician came out.
I got for mine the 10 of Wands reversed. Somebody's getting rid of a deep burden. Which one of them is the most burdened going into this? I know nothing about either of the teams.
Well, there's still 4 left.
Oh.
But Chiefs are favored, of course. Yeah, there's 2 games today. Philadelphia and I forgot who the other one is. No, Philadelphia and the Chiefs are favored to win today.
Mm-hmm.
Sherrod Brown. Is there a recount? They should. The problem with recounts is if it's not close enough, the candidate has to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem with everything. You know,
I'm just going to ask if Sherrod really won.
if Kamala had the $100 million left in her account, she could have paid for a manual recount.
But I don't know what good that does you if the boxes are screwed with before you get a chance to count.
Thank you, Christine. Most beloved outcome for the Wisconsin Supreme Court race. Okay. Tell us about the Sherrod Brown race.
No, he didn't win it. And he didn't win it because his race was seriously underfunded. What do you get?
It's unbelievable how these horrible people can win and gaslight people to believe otherwise. In the past, he had the powerful energy, but I got the Sun card, my Angelic card, but it was facing a Page of Swords. So that's kind of like the gossiper, the negative energy being put out there. He had, so I got the Knight of Coins, and King of Cups in the election moving forward. He had energy going forward, but the outcome was a death card, an ending.
He was.
Democrats came out for him. The Queen of Wands, confident leader, but then I have a death. So I'm not getting huge finagling for him.
I got that it was too little too late on certain fronts and that they didn't put the money in they needed to.
Did I get any money? I got no money cards except the Knight of Coins.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, these were all together. So I think these were all together positively. So it doesn't, in my toss, it doesn't show like negative money. It's just, I think the disinformation one there. So I didn't get the 5 of Swords and 7 of Swords feeling of the theft. I got the Page of Swords, which felt like the disinformation one there. So unfortunate. You would think Springfield, Ohio, cats and dogs would have won over.
But they believed it, and the problem was, instead of talking about the real problems that Ohio faces, they were talking about the damn cats and dogs.
Yep, it's horrible. Will some challenges to the executive orders be fast tracked to SCOTUS? I don't think so. I think it's just going to take the normal courses.
Mm-hmm.
Like with citizenship, the federal judge stopped it, going to have a hearing, and just go up the normal channels. So everything will be, like the judge said, it's blatantly against the Constitution. So, that's an easy stop for now. So it depends on the judge, but I don't see it. I mean, everything's just normal. It'll be on hold. Will Hegseth get women out of alcohol? You can't force people out. Oh, bless you, Kathy. Just because he's a Secretary of Defense, he can't get women out. There can be policies to make it more difficult. Anger the women. We need military needs more people. They're under recruiting. I think 3 cards. Let's see what this means, I guess. Yes, if the election was illegal, Vance will have to go to. It depends if the proof comes out.
Yeah, he's really going to try.
Yeah, he's going to try. Yeah.
But they're too set into too many places that they can't be replaced. And it's just kind of a daydream of his. People will get orders to do that, and then it'll be like the 4 of Cups. They'll shift it around on their desk until it's not a problem anymore. Something's going to happen overseas, and they're not going to be able to play these mind games that we're going to have to dealing with our troops.
Yeah, it just feels like a game. Yeah, just to make it feels like it's going to make it tougher on the women. Subtle policies, whatever. 5 of Swords, Ace of Cups in the Tower. Those are my first 3 cards, so it's making it difficult, but it's going to be a failure. Making it difficult to become a failure because of the Ace of Cups in the middle. There will be anxieties, but I get there will be protections, though, for the women.
Yeah.
Anxieties, protections, Page of Cups. Offers and goodness. So it feels like they're going to just make it difficult for the women, but the powerful ones will stand up and be okay. So unfortunate. Okay. What good cards want to fuel that one? Here we go. March. Astrologers say March is a bad month for Felon 45. True, Stephen. Politics is always a 3-ring circus. Bless you, Carrie. Thank you for the donation. But unfortunately, if we somehow we need to get the disinformation out of politics and be able to have people make wiser decisions.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna read on March, or do you already have it?
It's gonna happen by May. So I don't. March is a murky, astrologically difficult month for all of us, and that sort of depends on whether he can get his tariffs up and running. In which case, I'm gonna have to live on eggs that are raised near me. And
we can always,
if you've got an avocado fetish, guys, you're screwed.
We can always pray for the Ides of March coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow. According to astrology of March, it is an ending of a situation. Death card, eight of wands, unexpected news, and 9 of cups, wishes fulfilled. So, astrology speaking,
I'll look at March.
I don't know if there's a planet that goes direct or whatever, but there's an ending of endings.
They're all waltzing. One of them goes into Aries, which is the beginning of the astrologic calendar. I haven't been there for a while, and if I had more gumption, I'd open up my astrology thing and look at it. But
then I have the 8 of cups, which is letting go of a situation. 9 of pentacles, self-sufficient. There's the completion of a project, and then the star, positive changes.
Mm-hmm.
Then next I have Page of Wands, the Messenger, 6 of Pentacles, balancing of giving and receiving, and the Knight of Cups, a romantic proposal. In the end, government, structures, Hierophant, the Fool, new beginnings, Ace of Pentacles, opportunity, and the 5 of Swords, the loss, defeat, and betrayal. This, according to this, there's new changes, big changes in March.
Yeah, what I got was it's not even going to come from overseas. This is the 3 of Wands. Right when he thinks he's got everything cut and made, it's not going to happen. The Ace of Pentacles is going to block him. He's going to be moving on to newer places. That's the 6 of Swords. It's a kitty and its carrier going somewhere else. And it ends with the Devil for him. When I look at the bottom of the deck, I got Ace of Cups.
That's right. Let's get her done. Manifest March.
Yeah, don't let him tie you in when you read about all the crap that he's doing. Don't read about it. I mean, I know he's out there doing crap, but I'm not getting in it every day. You know, I don't think I've heard his voice in a couple of weeks, which is a good way.
Yeah, I don't listen to him at all. I hate his voice.
The MAGA's feeling about him?
Yeah, MAGA, still in love. The accidental voters are feeling it.
Yeah, I did read one quick article, and I read the article. I didn't see it, where he brushed aside some very wealthy Arab supporter who'd been big with this group. And it's basically what he said to him was, I don't need you now. So he's got a lawn. He doesn't need anybody.
Acadian proud. I do the same thing. When YouTube suggests, I usually not interested and try to get my algorithm proper. Our MAGAs.
No, they're not happy. I mean, they're happy that he's the leader. He's the hierophant. But their own mood is negative. It's the opposite. And they think he's in there working, but they see him as the Five of Swords. And I tell you what, if this Siamese cat is Melania, I don't know if you saw the little scene where they were in the National Cathedral and the bishop of the National Cathedral, Bud, took him on and said, show mercy. She didn't say anything harsh, but the look on Trump's face was kind of a kid in the first grade being, disciplined. But the look on Melania's face, the first thing I thought is, this must be what people look like that will snatch babies from their parents and throw them into fires in front of them. I mean, that woman had the nastiest look on her face I've ever seen anywhere. I mean, I know she's a piece of work because she's lived with that for so long, but the look on her, I mean, the other people weren't pleasant that were down the road, but her face, I sent it to a friend of mine and she said, oh my God, did you ever define it right? If somebody said, go snatch that baby and throw it in a fire, that face has no trouble doing that.
From my observation, the only one that had a soul listening to that was Usha Vance.
Yeah.
She's the only one that had any emotion by it. Everyone else is just kind of like, oh my God, can't believe she's saying that. But yeah, I seen that with Melania. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Evil.
Mm-hmm.
This is bad. I just pulled 6 cards and they haven't, the MAGAs. We're talking the diehards. They haven't seen it yet.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't seen the. I got the Moon, Strength, and Ace of Wands.
Mm-hmm.
It's still hidden in their minds what's to come. They haven't seen it. I mean, I briefly looked at Facebook and my MAGA friends were defending Elon Musk and his salute.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right. And they're posting all kinds of memes that, Democrats did it too.
Democrats. When was the last time you saw a Democrat do a Nazi salute?
Well, they can get a clip. I don't know if you've seen it on Facebook or whatever, but when Democrats have done it, they've done it for the heart, right? They tapped their heart and thanked everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Elon Musk hit the right side and did a Nazi, right?
Yeah. And he also has a haircut.
But you can get a clip on anyone putting their hand up in a still and say they're doing it. But and I watched the clip of Tim Walz doing it, but he tapped his heart thanking people.
And then thank you.
Thank you, right? But you can get a still of his hand up, and that's what the MAGAs are doing. So yeah, it hasn't hit home yet. It hasn't hit their pocketbook. They're Delulu. they aren't going to change until it hits their pocketbook, and they go to work. Like my buddy that works in construction, and there's a lot of immigrants that work on construction. When it hits his pocketbook, when the construction site's sent down, he might wake up, oh, this is not a good idea, right? They haven't seen it hit personally. That's when it's going to hurt.
You got to realize the flow of government is that the next big thing after he does, just as one person put it in a big sign on Facebook, I've seen smarter cabinets in IKEA. When he gets his cabinet in, then they have to pass a budget, and they don't have they don't have the votes to pass the budget because each little group is getting promised its little thing, and they can't pass that budget. They can't make it work. And the only way they're going to pass anything is if the Democrats agree with them, and then that's Mike Johnson goodbye. And I don't know if people understand what happens when the government stops. It stops. I mean, from the, I mean, there's some things that don't.
Yeah.
But
Anything financial is going to need the Democrats.
right.
You know, passing a new tax bill, they're going to need Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only defense is Democrats holding strong. I mean, I'm disappointed in some of these votes. Some of these Democrats are voting for some of these cabinet positions. They should all be saying no.
Mm-hmm.
Christy Nome got 6 Democrats say yes. Ugh, Jesus.
They
No.
must not like dogs.
But yep, they're still Delulu. They're in Laos.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough to change a brainwash era. Let's see. We got like 7 minutes left already.
I know.
Anyway, yeah. I started following Jessica.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I've 3-4 weeks I haven't watched Midas Touch myself. But yeah,
They're lawyers. Lawyers do what lawyers do. I mean, I enjoyed some of the information they gave people, but
how do we get big money out of politics?
we got it one time. It was McCain Feingold.
What was that?
It was McCain Feingold got big money out of elections, and then under Bush they ate away at it, and then Trump got rid of the rest of it. But the only way you can do it is to make it be government money and not, or back it down to individuals, and not individuals who can act as shills, but individuals who really pay.
My sense, Usha Vance hides her fears.
Mm-hmm.
Just goes along, but honestly, I don't feel that she's all into this. And she was hardly around. I never seen her hanging out with JD and in the roles.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I'm right that she's not evil, but I don't get that sense in her. You know, at this point, you know, she ain't gonna divorce or run away. Yeah, that was sad, Gene.
What?
I thought Tiffany Trump was a little better than she's showing. Let's see what else we got here. Anything else starred that we should look at?
I don't know about Cash Patel being confirmed, but I said that those will probably go through.
God, he can't. That would be disastrous.
What do they want him to run?
Was there a question there?
Somebody said, was he confirmed? So apparently he was put up for something.
Cash Patel's not being looked at till next week.
Okay.
Well, I understand what Midas Touch is doing, but in my mind, I don't like all the. They've pushed out, like, how do you call it? Engaging titles.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Oh, they do a lot of eye candy. They do stuff to catch you.
Yeah, it's like
And
just
that's
to
how
get
the
people to
business
click,
works.
and it's like I wish they go back to where they started, bringing the good stuff out, and now it's more like clickbait. You know, like every little news thing, they'll put up another video to get more clicks because that brings more money. And it gets annoying them putting out 15, 20 quick clips for more clicks. I do like the people, you know, and I guess I like the more deep interviews they would do rather than this the quick clickbait stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's kind of like a reader. Let's say if I put 3 to 5 videos out a day on different topics, just to get you guys to click on it for an ad click, you know, money.
How you build up 1 million viewers, Scott. So
I don't have time for the clickbait. I don't want it.
we don't want to see you driving through the Wisconsin talking to us.
Right, Carrie. A lot of YouTube is clickbait. It's even some of my favorites when I watch people. What's that guy's name? Next Level Soul.
Yeah.
You know that? I used to love him, and he's turned into clickbait. You know, put out this headline of something, the world's going to change or whatever, you know, just to get people to look at it. And then I watch it.
You watch for about 10 minutes and you go, it's not changed.
It's not what they're saying. So I click off. It was like,
I'll tell you one of those shows that I did watch that I thought was very informative. It's called Diary of a CEO. You ever watch him? He's from England, and he does really, really in-depth 1.5 to 2 hour interviews with people from all sorts of fields. And he had on 3 journalists, 1 American, 1 Brit, and 1 guy who's ethnically from Southeast Asia, but I don't know where, and I don't know where he lives right now. But they were talking about the effects of Trump's election. So you can imagine how overjoyed I was going to want to listen to this. I decided to give it 10 minutes. John Flannery's also good too. But they really discussed how America screwed up, that how they missed where our economy was compared to other countries. They were talking about all the millionaires in Britain are moving to America because America makes it so much easier just to open businesses and stuff. Where in England, they have safeguards. So stuff just doesn't. And at the end of the day, they said, you know, Americans had no idea. And it was not getting reported to them. And Colin was saying we're in the best economy we've ever had. But when you listen to their numbers about how much better our economy was, and one of these guys is not in love with the Democratic Party, to put it mildly, but it was real interesting to hear them present this stuff and to talk about what they thought was going to happen. So, Diary of a CEO, it was on last week. It's really good.
Yeah, CNN is laying off a lot of people.
Yeah, I put Acosta on midnight. At midnight, they said if you want to keep your job here.
So yeah, they're really losing. They're losing viewership and everything. So anywho, let's bring some light out. We're at a 1 hour and 30.
Okay, what are we going to talk about?
Just card for collective, week ahead, whatever we can focus on.
Okay.
So I grabbed 2 from my extraterrestrial deck.
Mm-hmm.
And this is my favorite card I put out. I made, our universe may be a mystery, but be amazed that all of us are in this matrix of energy.
Mm-hmm.
Life may be a struggle, but remember our soul is pure love. And then the activation card. Activate your intuition. So that gives me the feeling of like, don't get wrapped up in all this negative energy. We can't activate. We can't use our intuition. We can't be positive without being in that love energy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I grabbed 2 from this deck. The Knight of Swords, the Knight of Michael. And that's being strong, committed, and intellectual and diligent. Choose logic over emotion. Sudden changes may happen. And then the Ten of Swords. So I got two swords here, and they're kind of negative, but they're power. The Ten of Michael is about putting the past behind. New opportunities arise through happiness. So we got to stay out of that negative energy. And that's the message I'm feeling today.
Okay, what I got is from this is Angels and Auras, and I got Archangel Zadkiel purple. Archangel Zadkiel name means the righteousness of God. He is often thought to be the archangel of memory, but he is much more than that, than just the ginkgo bilboa of the angelic realm. Zadkiel is also known as an archangel who can help you discover and act upon your divine life purpose. He helps encompass your self-confidence to take charge and assist, to keep you leaping over obstacles, ready to reclaim your personal freedom. Zadkiel is there to help you. And he wears the colorship of leader and destiny. And when one is surrounded by the purple, they are natural leaders that signifies a genuine curiosity about the world and a desire to create justice for all. And the second card I pulled out of the same deck, is fortunately not too far away, is card 14. Angels are watching over you. This card is an absolute divine confirmation that the angels are with you. You may have been seeing signs and asking yourself, is this a message from my angel? It's perfectly normal to question. Even we do the same thing when it comes to it time to time. However, this card validates that your messages you're receiving are angelic in nature. Trust the signs, trust your own intuitions, and your angels are around you now. Gotta admit, when I first saw that card, they look a little like they're dressed like the Star Trek's crew, but anyway, both those cards are real positive, and it's trust yourself. Don't if you get distracted into worrying about who's doing what to who and all that stuff, you're not being able to take care of yourself.
Yeah, that never goes well when you play the blame game or not taking responsibility and just stepping back.
And just what you got going on this week other than
just work,
keeping Wisconsin in meat?
I'm keeping the faith, staying happy, staying engaged,
ignoring all those. The media now is, and it always really was. When I worked in a newsroom, they used to say, if it bleeds, it leads, which I always thought was horrible. Why not talk about good things?
Thank you, Marianne.
That's been a habit we've been raised to believe in. And now I just won't follow that stuff. I just, and trust me, when I need to know something, it manages to make it through. I hear from a friend or I talk to somebody. They let me know. You'll know. But it's not that you're avoiding life. It's you're accepting what you can do in life. And I saw one person this week who mentioned, you're not powerless, but you need to write down the things you can control. And if something's outside your control, you have to let it go. Because which deck was that? Oh, that I just read from Angels and Oracles. Here. Angels and Auras. And it's Oracle deck, and it's by Radley Valentine and Dougal Fraser. And it's the only Oracle deck I know that has reverses on it. So I pulled the right side up view of it. I'm glad I found my bunny deck. Monday, I'm going to be reading with Terry at 11 in the morning. And Tuesday, I'm doing my show, and I'm If I'm not mistaken, I have a lovely lady named Kathy McConnell who does distance healing work. And she was a Reiki master, and then COVID hit. So she had to figure out how else to do it. And she was led to a new way to help people reach health. And she's real interesting. And Thursday night, we have 8 people in the Tarot class. If you're interested in studying Tarot, we still have 2 slots. We keep the class to 10 so that you get the individual attention you need to learn how to read Tarot. And yeah, you got to look out for your own mental and emotional health. And 2 of the people who decided to join the Tarot class said, I just want to do something that's in this field, but for me, I know I'm not going to go back to politics, because when I teach Tarot, we don't do political questions. Well, unless something really important happens, we don't. So, and then the following Saturday, I'll have a Oracle Gardeners class. And I still have some bits and pieces to clean up in my office. And we're going to have cold weather here.
Lightning Flash says Tarot didn't see Trump winning, so why trust it now? There's always a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's always a learning lesson and growth in an outcome that doesn't come to pass.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say, I've said this a long time ago before, but I was in a bad time when I was going through my divorce. And I asked other readers, psychics, to give me comfort and figure out what's going on, why this is happening to me, da, da, da. And for about a year, on and off, when I asked, they all said, my wife and I are going to get back together. It's going to work out.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden one day, a medium I called said, nope, prepare yourself, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
So for a year, it gave me hope.
Mm-hmm.
But because I went through that, it made me a better person. It brought me to a place of forgiveness, understanding. It changed my whole directory on my thoughts of spirit, life, everything. And I forgave myself and I moved on. And that was the greatest experience I've ever had because of that. So there's a learning lesson in this whole process for the collective. Why Trump had to be here, why he had to win, to root out corruption, to raise to test the light workers to stay high, to stay engaged,
Mm-hmm.
to stay in love and light and not get down. So there's always a purpose, a higher purpose, to move forward. So that's why I believe 45 won in the cards.
Well,
And continue to have faith.
Continue to have faith. And one of the best things I think has happened out of this is y'all learned a lesson I learned a long time ago, being around a lot of psychic folks and being around some very powerful people. You can't rely on us. And now I will tell you that up until last Sunday, I didn't see him, that he was going to put his hand on the Bible. Something was going on. Some reason the universe wanted to change its direction again. We are not God. We are not angels. We are not elementals. We are not aliens. Well, there's a few of us that might be. But anyway, but what we are is people who see a way, and we use the instruments we can. We're never 100% right. And I will always tell you what I really do see. I won't try to sugarcoat it. If it's grim and nasty, I'd say it's grim and nasty. Um, but I can tell you uh, from running political races, you are never more blamed than when your candidate loses, and you're never more lauded when they win. And having stood on both sides of that when I was managing them, quite honestly, I didn't know until anything could change the last minute. And you learn to roll with the punches and take what happens. Now, I'm a white old lady, so not that much is going to take happen around me, but we just need to trust the universe and ask the universe to talk to us inside, and um, try to listen to it. Even when I saw him putting his hand on the Bible a week ago, I realized that that was needed for this country to come to terms with who and what it is. I mean, I live in the hard South. I live where people can remember that their families still belong to the clan. And I mean, I'm very, very aware of the not because I get it every day, but I've been around people. I've been made very aware of the racism stuff that's in this country. This election woke me up to a lot, and you know, it's it's what we have to go through. It's not pleasant, um, and but I won't lie to you. It would it would be weird if I came out now and said, "Well, I used to flip the cards because I wanted to make you feel better." What's that going to do for you in the long run? Nothing. So,
Yeah.
and
We're not here to sugarcoat. We just tell you how we feel and sense.
what we see and what we feel and what our guides are telling us. And my guides tell me that it's really going to be okay. And they were always telling me at the end of last year that the astrologers were closer than we were. So, you know, it could be elections are like if you're engaged in a close relationship with someone so abusive, you don't see how abusive they are until they're out of the picture. And then you go, whoa, was that sad? But, you know, so if you don't like what we say politically, don't watch the show. If you want to know what we know privately, I am much closer at this point with that world than I am this world. So,
Yep. Manifest and create in your own world for now.
right, and stay away from the fear, because fear will make you. It's fear is actually soul crushing, and that's what they want to do. They want to make us as afraid as possible. So,
Carrie, I am too yet. The old 4 a.m. club is still working. And it's the strangest thing. Before the election,
mhm,
guides, my senses, my love was like Kamala won. Is going to win easy. It wasn't ego. It was the sense and everything it was giving. And it's like, I didn't go into depression because of it or anything
mhm,
like that. It was more like, hold the line. She won. I know.
mhm,
Does it get sad? Does it get angry? Of course, I'm human. But my sense is still, I feel it. I feel it's still there. And we got to take these lumps for right now and keep the faith that goodness will overcome what's going on right now. Because all these people are, the Project 2025 people that create these executive orders are going to hurt a lot of people. And keep the faith. That's all I can say.
and do what you can do to take care of you. Because what I heard was a lot of people were just thinking they could attach to us and that would make it all better. And trust me, if you knew my whole life story, you'd be turning this computer off so damn fast your head would spin. So
Yeah, just don't get down. Be part of the Love and Light Club.
mm-hmm.
Be part of the high vibration. When your senses, when your life force comes down, you come down to the MAGA world. The blame game.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep the faith, like Biden said. Keep the faith, stay high, love and light to the Democrats. Hope for justice. That our government agencies are still progressing, investigating, and we will get the right outcome for all people.
Right. And there is, honestly, if you watch politics at all, there was a lot of stuff to be cleared out on both sides. And the more we became a 50-50 nation, the less we were able to do anything that makes it better. And so anyway, we'll let you go because it's time. We've overstayed our welcome in your weekend.
Yep, stay high. I believe they're still working on it. Like CISA, the cyber intelligence, they keep working. So be well. Stay
Well,
happy.
mm-mm.
Enjoy.